My name is Angela Alvarez. I am a sophomore and I'm a political science major. When I was in high school, I had a really big interest in community service, especially once COVID happened. That's when I found the Black Lives Matter group of Patterson, which is where I was raised and where I'm from. I got involved as quickly as I could. It was a community fridge. It was free for people to come to for food and anything that they needed. We would go around the neighborhood and give out flyers and welcome people to donate or to take food if they needed it. Most people wouldn't answer their doors. I kind of would just slip the flyer underneath the door. But there was one lady in particular who, when I knocked on her door, she came out. I figured out that she spoke Spanish, and so I explained that to her, and I saw her later with her daughter at the community service event. They were looking for food. It felt extra good to see her there because she might have not known where her meal would come from that night. Well, my trip to El Salvador with Dove was honestly life-changing. The work that we did out there, the people that we met, the time and the energy that we spent, just going to see these people and hearing their stories, and me especially as a translator, having to hear it firsthand and give it back to the group. It was an experience that I needed because as much as I know that I love to help people, that really almost solidified it even further for me that I can do so in such a grander scale than I've ever been able to. Well, this semester with Dove, I am currently volunteering at the Covenant House. What we do is we take care of children for mothers who are homeless. They're living at this house and they'll go throughout the day to school or to work and they'll leave their children with us. I have a newfound love for children. I've never really had experience taking care of children until this. And it's just something to always look forward to every week.
My name is Hannah Tate. I'm a senior and I'm in the English Honors Program. Miracle Messages is a great organization that works to pair unhoused individuals with a phone-based buddy. My friend Lily, who I went to a treatment center with, actually experienced homelessness on and off for a couple years. And so this was a way for me to give the love I wanted to give to Lily through someone experiencing something similar to her. Every week I have a phone call with my buddy. Her and I have been paired for over 2 years now. So after about 8 months, she actually became housed. She lives in her own apartment now on the 14th floor in San Francisco. And I have a new buddy who I've been friends with for a few months. And we also call every week. They're both much older than I am. They're in their 60s. And so I learned about all the experiences they've had, what's brought them to the point that they're at now, and I think they really value the listening ear I offer. My first experience in service abroad was when I was 16, and I went to the Dominican Republic, and I got to help the different Batey communities there. But then as an adult, I was able to go to Baltimore and volunteer at a refugee school. I got to meet young kids from ages 5 to 10 who are of refugee status here in America. They've come from places like Syria, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Got to work with them closely, and despite any language barriers, it was a really cool experience. I got to serve in Peru, and it was called the Sacred Valley Service Trip. There I helped the local community in the Sacred Valley with the water pipeline, so that way water was able to come to their village and they didn't have to go out and get it, and that was really beautiful.
My name is Nimi Roy, and I'm currently a junior at Seton Hall University. I'm double majoring in social behavioral science and Catholic studies. I started working at Don Bosco, or volunteering per se, during my freshman year at Seton Hall. The primary populations that come to learn English are Hispanic or Spanish speakers, and then we have a Haitian population that comes, and I'm fluent in neither of those languages. So it was definitely a challenge initially to see how can I contribute to these individuals being able to learn English, considering this language barrier. But even during our reflections at ESL, something that always has stood out to me about the program is that regardless of what language or what backgrounds each of us come from, in one way or another, we're able to connect. I remember there was this one gentleman, his name was Guillermo. He came to ESL consistently the first few semesters that I was volunteering there, and then he kind of went MIA. And I later learned that he started taking GED classes, so that's why he couldn't come to ESL. I bumped into Guillermo, and I was so surprised that he actually remembered who I was. So seeing that even in the smallest ways that we're able to make such a big impact on these people's lives has always stayed with. Well, my first time going on the El Salvador mission trip with Dove was last March. Going into the trip, I had no idea what to expect. I knew it was a mission trip, so in my head that meant waking up really early, staying really late, doing manual labor. But once I actually got to El Salvador, all those pictures were completely erased. I had such a wonderful experience there for sure. Our work there was mostly just being present to the community, and that itself has taught me so much of the value of presence. In my mind, to be seen or heard, you would always have to be doing something, like going out of the box or doing something really great. But El Salvador has taught me that that's not the case. Being able to just spend time with an individual or a group of people and just giving them your undivided attention, listening to them, their stories, not only does it make them feel seen, but also us as a listener, we're able to hear so much.
The struggles that keep us stuck can be counteracted by love and connection. And so recognizing that maybe people don't need the Band-Aid of giving them enough food for the week, they might need someone to hold their hand for the months to come. I think after recognizing that issue and being involved in Miracle Messages, I started to see the value of human connection. Seton Hall has definitely helped me accomplish my goals. In regards to service and giving, I think they're underpinning a lot of the classes I've taken is this notion of altruism and being good people and being open to discussions about differences. And I think that being educated in this kind of environment has propelled me forward in that way.
As a student, I've really appreciated how much Seton Hall enforces service and giving back to the community. Being able to do service and stepping foot outside of our comfort zones or even within the Seton Hall campus, it allows us to see what's outside in the world, the realities of the lives that other people are living in different communities or different settings and different cultures. Each individual and every person that we encounter, they have a dignity as a human being. So tying everything back to that point has definitely helped me.
I think what is so important about doing service work is that you never know whose life you can change and how you can change it. Seton Hall has given me so much room and space and opportunity to be able to just get involved in things that I had never experienced. This is literally where great minds are made, because you come here and if you're interested in doing something, you can definitely do it. There will be someone who can help you.